Since it's Friday, we're getting ready for the weekend with some news about booze, drugs, and rock and roll, with updates on a new bill that could make it easier to ship alcohol, new marijuana research, and a rocker's obsession with food labeling laws. Good news for boozers and booze makers alike, a federal ban prohibiting the U.S. Postal Service from shipping alcohol could soon be lifted. The new bill, making its way through Congress, would overturn a Prohibition-era law that bans alcoholic beverages from being sent through the mail. While the bill would provide a new opportunity for brewers, distillers, and winemakers to reach its consumers, it wouldn't override any current state laws that would regulate or completely disallow the shipping of alcohol. It would instead permit the USPS to ship within state-set guidelines. If passed, the bill could be great not only for the alcohol industry, but also for the struggling Postal Service, who recently reported a net loss of $1.5 billion in the second quarter of 2015 alone. If allowed to ship alcohol, it's estimated that the Postal Service could bring in an additional $50 million in new revenue. I'll drink to that!
Now that marijuana for medicinal and recreational use Now that marijuana for medical and recreational use has become legal in more states, the door has been opened for new research into the weed's medicinal benefits. And apparently, if you want to improve your bone health, you might want to replace that daily glass of milk with a hit of cannabinoid, one of the key chemicals in marijuana. The results of a study released this week showed that cannabinoid can help stimulate bone formation and prevent bone loss. For the research, scientists administered the chemical to rats with mid-femoral fractures, and after 8 weeks, their bones had healed considerably. But no word on how the rats are recovering from their severe case of the munchies.
Rocker Neil Young is putting his money where his mouth is when it comes to GMOs. The musician was in the news this week after throwing his support behind Vermont's effort to label foods containing genetically modified ingredients. According to an Associated Press report, Young donated $100,000 to a fund devoted to defending Vermont's GMO labeling law from legal challenges. Vermont last year passed the law and is scheduled to become the first state to require foods with altered DNA to be labeled as such when the law is implemented in July 2016. Industry groups, however, are suing to block the law before its implementation. During an appearance with Vermont Governor Peter Shumlin last weekend, Young said, "I'm just a rock and roller who believes people should know what they're eating." Young also said he hoped his donation would encourage others to contribute. My parting question for you is this: do the views and causes supported by celebrities have any impact on your thinking when it comes to topics such as GMOs?